Good evening, everyone. We want to welcome you to the Ambassador Training Call tonight. We are excited. If this is your first time, we want to welcome you. We love having new people on the training calls. We're going to start the call with a short training for new ambassadors. So we want to make sure that all of our new ambassadors are starting off on the right foot. So it's imperative that we always give them a little bit of information at the beginning of every call each week. And then we will move on to our special guest, Kari Johnson. She'll be talking to us tonight about online Plexus events and how it can help us out. So anyways, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started on the new ambassador training. All right. Now, what you want to do is we have first steps. That's what we're going to set up. Your first steps, you're going to start with your Plexus back office. You want to learn to log into your personal website. You want to familiarize yourself with your back office. Spend a little extra time in the resources section. When you log into your back office, there will be that long red bar that goes across the top. You can see the green arrow there that points to resources. That's where you'll want to spend a lot of your time getting used to everything, reading, and familiarizing yourself with everything Plexus. The next thing you want to do is you'll want to start a Facebook group. That's very important to get your business up and running, is to get your Facebook going. You want to add all your friends to this group. A lot of people think, well, you know, I don't want to get it started until I start seeing results, or I want to have results myself before I tell my friends or before I start a group. Well, let me tell you, you need to go ahead and get your group started. It's important to get your group started, to get everybody added, because even though you may not have a testimony yet, you have teammates who have testimonies, people who can help you out. You can post my testimony, you can post Kari's testimony. There's lots of people with testimonies out there, and we will be there to help you answer questions. If people come in there and ask questions you don't know, that's why your upline is there to help you out, answer those questions. But get in there and get your group started, start building customers, because part of this business is for you to make money, for you to become financially free. And for you to get to be financially free, you need to make some money and earn commission with Plexus. And that's starting your group, adding people to your group, putting testimonies in there, and getting some customers. And as always, you want to start and get your people to be preferred customers, because that's just a little more change in your pocket. When you start your Facebook group, you want to add your upline to your group to make sure that if in case there was ever any issues with Facebook, that they would be able to log in for you and help you out if need be. If you are directly in my downline, Shannon McCumber, we actually have a specific Facebook group for our team. It's called the Sassy Star Ambassador Group. And that group actually walks you through how to start a Facebook group. It actually gives you posts to use as you're first starting, testimonies to use as you're first starting, and descriptions of the products. That was tough to say. And when you're starting your group, you want to make sure that your group is, you want to choose it to make it a closed group. There are three options. There's a secret group, a closed group, and an open group, a public group. Secret is that secret. It'll be very secret. No one will be able to find it unless you tell them what it is. So we suggest making it a closed group. That way people can search for it. And you want to make sure that your name is in the title of your Facebook group. As you can see, mine at the bottom is called Shaking It Up with Shannon. And the reason we do that, put your name in your Facebook group title, is when people go on Facebook, they can search your name and it will pull up that group. Makes it a lot easier for people to find your group. When you were added into Plexus, you were probably added to several Facebook groups. If you are on my downline, you were probably added to my ambassador group, which is the Shake It Up Sassy Ambassadors. And you were probably also added to the Rockin' Plexus Ambassadors, which is my diamond upline, Jana Garcia. She is my sponsor, so all of my team would be added to her ambassador group as well. And then also there's the Plexus Ambassador Training 101. That is also to help give people a jump start into your business. It's the ins and outs, basically a Plexus for dummies, if you will. And then the next one is Plexus Journeys. That is a testimonial group. It's strictly for ambassadors. You can go in there and find lots of testimonies. You can find testimonies on Crohn's disease, IBS, diabetes, type 2 diabetes, whatever it is, you can go into that group. To the upper right-hand corner, there's a magnifying glass. You can type in what you're searching for into that line, and it will pull up every post that's ever been in there regarding that specific thing that you're searching. Great tool, utilize it. The next thing, back office. This is where you will find out everything you need to know about your Plexus business, the ins and outs. Tab 1, the Home tab. This is where you're going to find the latest Plexus announcements and if you're qualified for the month. As an ambassador, it is highly important to be qualified each month. Once you are qualified, you are eligible for weekly and monthly commissions. And basically what that means is you want to be qualified so that you get your paycheck on the 15th of every month. Very important. Tab 2 is the calendar. This is where you're going to find any upcoming Plexus events. You will go here, select your market, where you live, and it will pull up events located in your area. And a lot of people, this is very important when you become an ambassador, because maybe you signed up and your team is not really close to where you live. Say you live in Montana, but your team is mainly in Alabama. Well, you would go here and see if there are any events in Montana and go to those events. Even though they're not sponsored by your upline, you are invited to go to those events. And the benefit of that is you get to know other ambassadors. You build relationships with them. You can also ask them questions, see what their journey has been like. It's amazing to build relationships with Plexus. You will see it's a huge benefit to get to know the people on your team and outside of your team also. There's always something to learn from everyone. Tab 3 is event registration. Plexus has a few events every year. And this is where you will go to register for those events, like the convention that we have in June, and then we also have leadership retreat that you can earn that takes place in October. Tab 4 is reports. This is the tab that you will access probably on the most frequent basis. It allows you to see your financials report, your orders report. That would be orders for yourself and for your customers. You can see sales by product. That means you can see how many of each product you have sold to your customers. And then as you start adding ambassadors to your team, you can see there's an ambassador genealogy report that will show you all of your ambassadors in your downline. Then there's the graphical genealogy report that will give you a layout of how many ambassadors you have, what rank they are, how many points you have for the month, how many are active, how many are not active, all of that. And this may seem like a lot of stuff right off to learn, but this is just going to take time. Nobody learned it overnight. I didn't learn it overnight. Kari didn't learn it overnight. It just takes time, and you have to have patience with it. And whenever you have an extra few minutes, go in there and read it. And what you just need to remember is what you can, when you can. So whenever you have a moment, go back there and just check it out and familiarize yourself with it. Tab 5 is resources. This is probably going to be the second place that you spend the most time. This is where you're going to find knowledge and support for your business. You can go in here and find information on our products, the ingredients in the products, what the products are for. You can find the compensation plan. There's also opportunity calls that you can go on and share into your customer group or share it onto your personal wall so that people can see what we're doing. There's always a financial testimony, and there's always a health testimony on those as well. There's also graphics that you can download that say Plexus Independent Ambassador or Plexus Worldwide Inc. Different things like that that you can add to business cards or rack cards that you can utilize and download and add those to whenever you want to make those. This is another tab that you're just going to have to spend time with, really get back there, research it, and go through it. Tab 6 is shopping. This is part 1. This is where you will confirm your auto qualification. Auto qualification is what allows you to receive your weekly and monthly commissions. Like I said earlier, this is where you confirm that you are getting paid. You must have your AQ, and when I say AQ, that just means auto qualification. It needs to be turned on in order for you to receive your commissions. You will also go here to place your personal orders, and then also to look at any orders that you have placed in the past. Okay, shopping part 2, setting your auto qualification. Sometimes a lot of people get confused by this. They're like, I don't know what auto qualification is. Is this gonna go off every month? What do I do? Oh my gosh, I'm gonna pull my hair out. Don't fret over auto qualification. This is where you go. You will click on the tab that says shopping, then click backup order. This is your auto qualification. You click on the red line down there at the bottom. If you look at that graphic, it says create new backup order. You can go in there and choose a pre-made backup order that Plexus has already created, or you can choose to create one yourself. I personally chose to create one myself, and that's the triplex, because I use that on a regular basis and I need it every month, all three of them. But the thing is that when you turn your auto qualification on, it will not, let me reiterate that, it will not ship out if you have 100 PV for the month. So if it's July 5th and you have already gone in and you've ordered your products for the month, or you have had a customer go in and order from your website and your PV is over 100, that auto qualification will not ship out on the 25th of the month. So you don't have to worry about that. It will only ship out if you've not hit that 100 PV for the month. And that should just the 100 PV would basically just be your product personally. You should be getting that much product personally. So anyways, you just want to make sure that that is set. Tab 7 is my account. This is where you keep all of your personal information up to date. It's very important that you have your address and your phone number in there and that it's correct. It is also vital that you have a valid credit card. You want to make sure that when you are getting your products ordered, that your credit card is valid. Otherwise, it will not process and they will not be able to send you your products. So you want to make sure that when you join, you have a valid credit card or a source of payment for your Plexus account, so that everything is already taken care of and you don't have to worry about it. We don't want anybody missing out on their products, that's for sure. Tab 8 is e-wallet. That is designed to allocate funds from your Plexus commission payments and direct them to yourself or people in your downline. So basically, say you make $100 in commissions. You can go there and decide, okay, I want to take $10 or $15 out of my commission every month and set that aside into e-wallet. It kind of acts like a little savings account, kind of. And tab 9 is the My Plexus Builder. It's designed to help you build your business. And if you look at that graphic, you can see that you can add contacts, you can share a video, you can send a presentation to someone, you can create a to-do list, and then you can also change your display information on your main page. You can upload a profile picture. I would highly suggest to everyone, if you do not have a profile picture on your website, I would highly suggest you do that. And the reason being is that when people go to your website, it's really, it gives them a little bit of affirmation to go to that website and to see your picture, so that they're not just going to some website and they're not sure if it's yours or not, or, oh, I don't know if I made the right choice, I better not order, so I'm just not going to do it. But if they see your picture and your name in the upper right-hand corner of your website, it's going to make them feel a little bit better that they're at the right place, doing the right thing, and we all love that. Everybody likes to think they're in the right place at the right time. So, you know, if you can get a picture, and if you can make it of just your face so that it's clear for them to see, that would be the best thing to do. All right. I want to thank everybody for sitting through the training for our new ambassadors. If you are a new ambassador, if you have any questions about anything that we've just spoken about, please reach out to your upline, to your sponsor, and we will be happy to help you out. More than happy to help you out. All right, now I am going to take just a minute here. Let me close this one out, and let me get Kari's pulled up. Let's see. Okay. Oh, wrong one. There we go. Okay, can you see that, Kari?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. All right. Now, what we're going to do, first of all, I want to take a minute to introduce again. This is Kari Johnson. She is my level 2. She is a senior gold with Plexus Worldwide. How many months have you been with Plexus?
7, 8, almost
7, 8 months. Yeah. Less than a year.
Yes, less than a year, definitely. I signed on the last day of November.
Perfect. So Kari has been with us less than a year. She is senior gold, and she is quickly working her way to Ruby. She will probably be Ruby in the next couple of months. We're very excited about that. When Kari started, you know, she was a stay-at-home mom. She didn't have a lot of sales experience or anything. So I am so impressed with Kari of the changes that she has made, the leaps and bounds in the last 7 and 8 months to, you know, learn to be a leader, to build a team. It's a lot to take on and do in 7 or 8 months. And I really think she's done it with a lot of grace, and she's very passionate. I wish everybody had the work ethic that Kari has. She is working it day in and day out. When I'm on, she's usually on the computer too. So that's how I know she's going to make it, because she's committed. She breathes pink in and out every day. So anyways, we're going to get started. Kari is going to be talking to us tonight about creating and running a Facebook event. I'm excited about this. I've actually never done an online Facebook event. I've watched people do it. I watched Kari do it, and I was very impressed. So, all right, we're going to move on to the first slide. Let me see. Sharing is paused. Bring your shared window to the front. I want to make sure I've got this. Sorry, guys. I want to make sure I'm doing this right. Okay. Okay. All right. I think that is it. Let me see. I've got a question. Make sure somebody's not saying. Yes, Cheryl, you are muted. Everyone is muted but Kari and I. Just FYI. If you have something or you have a question, you can put it in the Q&A and we will answer it at the end. Okay? So if you have questions, you can put it in the chat or the Q&A box, and we will answer them at the end. Okay, where we're going to start with is creating the event. So Kari, can you tell us a little bit what prompted you to start events? And hold on just a second. I need to shut my computer off. I mean my Facebook, because it keeps beeping.
Hey, that's money being made.
That's right. Beep, beep, beep. Okay, so creating the event, Kari, what prompted you to do the event, and then how did you, just tell us a little bit about that. What got you going into starting this, creating the online event?
Okay, so I heard Sarah Marvel talking about how much it benefited them and how it was really easy, and it was sitter free. And I have 3 boys at home, and you know that kind of rang a bell with me, and I was like, I could save a lot of money and not get a babysitter, and I could do the same thing minus Taste the Pink, you know, and I could just do it online.
Right.
So it's basically sharing these products, you know, through the internet.
Right. That's amazing. I love that. Sitter free. And that's important for a lot of people in our business who are stay-at-home moms. So finding something they can do sitter free and not have to pay someone means a lot. So, all right. So the first point you have here is the importance of not doing it alone. Why should we not do alone? Why do we need other people to do it with us?
Okay, so not doing it alone is a major thing. It's a big undertaking. You need people to help post in the comments to help, you know, boost the atmosphere. And
answer questions.
Yes, and the enthusiasm and, you know, just making it exciting for everybody who's there.
This is something you would want to involve your team on, everybody doing it together.
Yes, definitely. I mean, the first one that we did, I opened it up for our pretty much my like level 1s and level 2s, you know, just a little bit down the line. I'm sorry.
Okay.
So I didn't, I was a little nervous, because I didn't know if it was going to be a big hit. I wasn't sure, how exactly we would be
Right.
doing things. And I knew that I needed help. One, I knew that I was going to need a potty break.
Right.
Posting every 2 minutes, there's no time to run to the bathroom and run back.
Right.
So, and then also for like giveaways, while I'm posting, I need somebody watching, for the giveaways to help boost that post, along with watching to make sure that the person who like won, saw that they won.
Right.
And honestly, to remind me that I probably need to draw that person's name.
Right. Right.
Because I'm so like zoned in.
Right. So how do you go about creating this event? How do you go about starting the event?
Okay, so you'll just go in, you'll click your events tab through your Facebook, and then you just create an event that way.
Okay.
It's really easy. I just kind of did a borderline. Everybody that we do it is called the online pink party.
Okay.
And then you just create the time and date and then the description. I pretty much use the same description for all of them. Basically tell them what it is. It's an online party. You can watch from your home. There's no need to get out of your jammies. Something simple like that.
That's being able to not get out of my jammies. I'm sold on that already.
Yeah.
Especially if it's a Saturday. I don't want to get out of my jammies if I don't have to. Drive to somebody's house to go to a party. I can just get on my computer and party. I'm all about that. Cool. Okay. The second thing is inviting. The first thing is invite your ambassadors that will be helping. You touched on that a little bit. So go ahead and expand on that just a little bit.
Yeah. Okay. So you want to invite your ambassadors who are going to be helping you invite their potential customers to the event first.
Okay.
And you just want to make sure that they understand. We do a giveaway guideline. That way I'm not coming out of pocket for all the giveaways, and it's kind of, mutual and divvied up amongst the ambassadors.
So you guys basically decide ahead of time, this is the products that we're going to give away or swag. Who's going to give this? Who's going to give that? And then you just divvy it out throughout the event.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. Perfect. So what I see, it says show the proper way to invite guests. What is the importance of personal message?
Yes. So whenever your ambassadors are already invited, that means that they have watched. I always have a go-to of the Sarah Marble video. She basically says, this is not a type your person's name in and they're invited to the event. Those don't work out great because the notifications get lost. I know for me, because I work from my phone and from Facebook, I get 15 notifications in 10 minutes.
Right.
Well, I can't see them all, all the time. So it's already lost.
Right.
So you want to personally message each person that you're inviting. And yeah, it can be a lot, but I just generalize the message. Hey, we're doing an online pink party this Friday.
Right.
Would you be interested in coming? We're going to go over the product.
Give away free stuff.
Yeah, there's going to be giveaways, and you don't want to miss out on the giveaways. Who doesn't like free stuff?
Right.
And then you wait on them to say yes, because, no one's going to say no to free stuff. So they say yes. And then you want to send them the link to the event, so the URL. And you'll just say, that's awesome. I'm excited. Here's the link where you click to join. And they just click the link, and it'll take them to where they join or decline. And if they decline, they cannot be re-added to the event. They'll just have to wait for the next one. So normally they'll click accept or join, and then they will be under the attending list, and they will get all the notifications whenever I start posting.
I think that's a great point. Because with those events, you can go and invite everybody on your friends list. But then they just get the invite and they're like, oh, somebody's selling Plexus. Oh, But if you send them a personal message and you make it a one-on-one saying, hey, I would love if you could come and do this with me this Friday. I'm going to do it with some of my friends. I'd love for you to come. We're giving away free stuff. It'd be perfect. All you have to do is follow this link, and that's all you got to do. You know, we're not going to haggle you. Nobody's going to say, hey, sign up tonight and be an ambassador. Nobody's going to do that because you'll be at home behind your computer viewing it whenever you want. So I think that's an amazing tip, is to send a personal private message, because I think that resonates a lot more with people, and they think, you know, hey, she actually took the time to send me a personal message, not just an invite from Facebook to get on this event, which I think that, you know, which really goes along with our whole Plexus feel, is creating relationships with people. And that's a great way to create relationships, is sending personal messages instead of just regular invitations to a party or whatever.
Yeah.
So did you have anything to say about how to make it a successful online event, or did we kind of cover that?
Well, I think like the key is to be exciting, and it's really hard to be exciting through a computer screen. So by continually like getting your ambassadors to continually post in the comments and oh yeah, I love this stuff, I do this with it, and I've done this for me.
Right.
You know, lots of exclamation marks, lots of oh my gosh, you know, like just making it exciting and fun.
And carrying the conversation.
Right. And they can't hear the music that's playing in my background that's making me pumped up and excited. So you have to use that with your words.
Yeah, that's a good point. So whenever you're doing an event, have some music pumping behind you. They can't hear it, but you can hear it. I know that for me, that would make me excited, playing Worth It. I got it. Absolutely. I thought that's an awesome tip. We were just touching on this, have an inviting atmosphere, excitement. Like you were just saying, you want to build it up. Because if you're just getting on an event and everybody's like, welcome to the event, we're going to do a giveaway now. Okay, Napoleon Dynamite.
I'm already asleep.
I'm going to snooze through this party. What kind of party is this, snoozers? So, like you said, teammates posting and commenting, keeping the energy up. You don't want ever to let the energy down. That's a great tip. Like you said, creating the excitement through the computer. You know, a lot of people are like, it's the same with doing training calls. Because you don't want to come across when you're doing a training call like, welcome to the call in your AT&T voice. You know, I mean, I could do training calls like that, but I don't think anybody
would listen.
You have to. You're my
I'm kidding. I would listen to your voice any day.
Right. Of course. Okay, let's talk a little bit about logistics of posting and the time frame. Tell us a little bit about that.
Okay, so it is fast-paced. I post every 2 minutes, so it's like bam, bam, bam.
And how long is the party? How long is the party?
The event normally lasts for about 2 hours.
Oh, and you're posting every 2 minutes?
Yeah, okay. Yeah. That's a lot of information. There's lots of good stuff.
There is a lot of information, but I can see how that would keep things moving, though.
Yeah, so I just continually post every 2 minutes.
Right.
And, you know, again, they're at home. They can log off and come back.
Right. Yeah, go eat lunch and come back.
Right. Well, not get lunch, but I mean, I'll leave it up for 24 hours so that they can kind of come back and look.
Okay. Oh, that's good. Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, so it lasts about 2 hours. I am, for the one on this Friday, I am going to consolidate a few posts.
Okay.
So that it's about an hour to an hour and a half.
Right.
That way, you know, it's not like I've attended a few that last the whole day.
Wow.
Those work really good because the attention is already gone. You know, like I know people have heard it. You have the first 2 minutes in that video to catch their attention.
Right.
Well, in a Plexus party, you have the first 3 posts.
Right.
I mean, it's going to be fast paced. They're thinking, oh, this is not going to last very long. I'm just going
Right.
to keep refreshing.
Right.
So,
And I have been part of groups like that where they're like, okay, I'm going to host an event, and like somebody will post something, and then it'll be like 10 or 15 minutes before they post something else, and I'm already bored and moved on to something else. So I can see why you would post more than just every 10, 15 minutes, because I check out, I'm like, okay, I got stuff to do. If you want to hold my attention, you're going to have to move a little bit faster than that. So I totally get that. And then having a co-host, what do you mean by co-host? What do they do?
Okay, so my co-host, for me personally, I let them do the giveaway post, and then I have color coordinated, a few posts here and there so that I have a little bit of time to go pee. Because
Right.
when you have your water intake, you have to go to the bathroom every hour.
Your water.
Yeah. Yeah. So I kind of let her do, or he, let them do a few posts here and there, just so that I have enough time to run to the bathroom and get right back.
Right. That makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, just to kind of help me out.
Right. Now, you, I'm assuming that you have, are these posts already predetermined? You've already know what these posts are going to be. Is that something you'll be able to share with us? Like I can post a link to it afterwards, and we can get everybody that information on what to do. Because I know people are going to ask me that.
Yeah, I have the document. Now they will have to find their own images.
Right.
It's easy, like you just, find a block picture for the block post.
Right.
But I have the outline, and I will email it to you so that you can post it
okay.
with this call link.
That'd be perfect. Perfect.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I'll email you the whole 35 list of posts.
Okay.
That way they can kind of weed through or add to, that way they're not getting the half version that I've kind of taken out and fixed for my use.
Yeah, because that's a good point, is that they can actually go through all of those posts and morph it into, for them, what's going to suit them or how they want it to flow for their party. But yeah. Okay, the halfway video and giveaway, what's that about?
Okay, so I normally do a halfway video while I am in a live video, not live feed, but I do a video while I'm sitting at the computer in the middle of this event. T-shirt, messy hair and all, just to say, hey, who's still with me? I do a giveaway at this point too for anyone who's still with me.
Right.
And, I normally, there's 35 posts, so I normally do it more on the end of the middle halfway.
Right. So 20, 25?
Yeah, around the 20, 25 posts, I will do a halfway video. Hey guys, I'm still so excited that y'all are still with me. Who's still here? Post me in the comments if you're still here to be entered in to win, yada, yada, yada.
Right. Excellent. That's a good, that way it kind of breaks it up and people see you're there too, and it's not like buffer.
Right. Yes, exactly. Because, I don't do buffer for these events. I sit at my computer and I do them myself. I will have my co-host, available on my cell phone while I'm doing my computer.
Right.
So that we can communicate and make sure that we're on the same page. And his last party, there was a crazy question, and I was like, oh, I don't even have time to even ask somebody. And I shouted out to my leader chat, somebody go ask in the silver chat what she's talking about,
Right.
So it really helps to, have that there.
Right. Yeah. Perfect. I love it. Okay. The ending. You want to make sure to send them back to the person who invited them to the event. So explain that a little bit.
Okay, so we are not customer stealers.
Right.
And a lot of people who are not necessarily on my team will come to our event, and they will invite their own people.
Mm-hmm.
which is totally fine. You know, one Plexus, you know, one
Right.
group, I am all for it. You know, the more
Right.
the merrier.
Absolutely.
So I always like to say at the very end, you know, if you are ready to sign up, if you're ready to start your product, make sure that you go to the ambassador that sent you to this event.
That
You know,
invited you.
that way,
Right.
yeah, who sent you the invite? That way, you know, there's no question.
Mm-hmm.
That person
Absolutely.
sent them, so you know that's their ambassador that they need to go to.
Right. Right. That makes perfect sense. Yes. And then leaving it up for 24 hours, expand on that a little bit. What's the benefit of leaving it up?
Okay, the benefit of leaving it up is if they're a mom like me, something's going to happen. You
Right.
know, somebody's going to have a messy diaper. Somebody's going to need to be fed. They're going to have to
Mm-hmm.
stop. And oh gosh, I totally forgot to come back on.
Right.
So they're going to come back, and you know, you don't want it to be over or gone.
Right.
So what I do is in the event, you can edit the time,
Mm-hmm.
and I will just extend the time by 24 hours.
Right.
That way, you know, they have a deadline.
Right.
They know they have a deadline, and if they miss the deadline, then they just get to come to the next party.
Right. Right. That makes sense. That makes sense. These are really great, and go ahead. I can just say that it's a great way to share Plexus. Absolutely, like you were saying, and you don't have to get a sitter to come and do it, or to be there to take care of anything. Your kids can be right there playing around. You don't have to get a sitter for them, which is nice. And people are able to come and look at their own leisure. They don't have to say, you don't have to get out of your house. Okay, we're doing this from 4 to 5. You need to be there. And that's it. Don't bring your kids because I don't want you messing up my stuff or whatever, you know. But, you know, that's a great point. Now, what do you do? Did you guys do any type of follow-up afterwards for anybody that was that, hey, they were only in there for like 1 or 2 comments, or they saw the first 4 or 5 posts? How did you guys follow up with people at the end of the event?
Okay, so after the event, I always, sorry, they're fighting over food. Okay, so after the event, I always tell the people who are invited.
It's all right. Take your time. You're okay.
Okay.
We all have kids. We know what it's like.
Yeah. Okay, so I always want to make sure that the people who are invited get a follow-up message. Mm-hmm. Hey, did you enjoy the event? Did you have any questions? Would you like a sample? Because it's not an in-person thing, so they can't taste it.
Right.
So personally, for me and my team, I always say, you know, hey, offer them a sample if they want to try it.
Right.
You know, with samples, you always want to say, this is not, you're not going to feel any different, you know.
Right.
The first time that you take it, you won't be tired, and you probably will have a curbed appetite, but really it's just for taste.
Right. It's a great way to find out if you like the taste or not.
Yes, definitely. So I always follow up that way, and that way, you know, they're going to respond, yeah, I would love a sample. You know, right. You always want to leave it open in, you know, with a question so that you will get them to comment back. So it's not like you know, you don't get any feedback.
Right. That makes perfect sense. Perfect sense. I'm going to move to the Q&A here. Just a second. Let me stop sharing here. Let me pull up the Q&A. Okay. Let's see. The first question is, Kari, what kind of giveaways did you do for the event?
Okay, the first one that we did, I tried to do 1 7-day and then 2 3-day trials. Either a 3-day and accelerator, which I love, or the 3-day and block sample.
Okay, perfect. And, you know, and then you could also do swag too. I mean, I guess you could do a hat or something small, slap bracelets. I have slap bracelets that say Plexus.
Yeah. I wanted to do a Plexus shirt, but then I got to thinking I probably need their size,
Right.
So I was like, that might not work.
Right. Right. That makes sense. You get a hat. A hat works.
Yeah.
Or bracelet, something like that, something small. Yeah, perfect. Okay, and the second question is, how often do you host these events? How often do you think it would be good to host an event like that? Once a month?
Okay.
How often?
Personally, I do 2 times a month because that's what benefits my team best. It's not always ideal to do 2 times, a month, but that's every other week, sometimes 3 weeks in between.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's a good amount of time. You're always meeting new people, people who didn't come to the last one because something came up. Well, they might be able to come, to the next one. I just think 4 weeks to wait on another one that's online that you can do from virtually anywhere.
Right.
That's a long time to wait. So I like to do them every 2 weeks, and they've really benefited my team.
Right.
I know one girl who invited like 8 people to the event. Well, that next weekend, Plexus did that 4th of July special.
Right.
All 8 of them signed up to be ambassadors.
No way.
Yes.
That is awesome.
I know.
Oh my
And it
gosh.
was because they went to that Plexus party, that seed was planted, they saw all of the products right in front of them, and they were basically learning,
Right.
before they even really decided to do business.
That's an excellent point. They're in there and seeing everything about the products, how ambassadors, the fun that the ambassadors are having. So they're already seeing it at the beginning before they've even joined and getting pumped up, and they're like, heck yes, I want to be part of this. This is fun. This is exciting. Everybody's hanging out, having fun. Yes, let's do this. That makes perfect sense. That makes perfect sense. And I want people to know that when Kari does this, she does it for, like you said, your level 1s, level 2, several. She does it with a group of ambassadors. So it's not just her doing it for herself. She's doing it with a group of people. So that's bringing in a lot of people. So therefore a lot of interaction. So she has herself, she has her ambassadors on there, then all the people that they've invited. So there's a lot more interaction.
Right.
Which I think makes it a lot nicer than doing it all by yourself.
Yeah. My goal is to always have at least 8 ambassadors on.
Right.
And, I really do this for my team. I might get 1 or 2 customers from it, but it's not intentional. I really do this for my team because they are the ones that need it. They are the ones that, it's hard to plan an outside event. When they have kids themselves and they're trying to work Plexus around their full-time job, it takes a lot to do that. So I really I wanted to do this a long time ago, but I finally got the guts to just go all for it.
And it's paid off. It paid off.
Eight ambassadors has paid off.
Okay, the next question comes from Sarah, Sassy Sarah. She would like to know where you got your cute hat.
Sarah, I made it.
Oh, she made her hat.
I monogram, on the side of everything else I do.
Right. Oh, on the side. That's what I do.
Yeah. Last year when I wasn't this busy, I monogrammed. So I decided to dust off and try to do it myself.
Right. We have somebody asking when you're doing your next event. When are you doing another event?
Yes, the next event is going to be this Friday, the 26th or 27th?
This Friday is the 24th.
24th, sorry, way off. It is going to be July 24th, this Friday at 7 o'clock is when we will start. But I will do a post an hour before just to kind of get everybody ready and pumped, and then we'll kick it off right at 7.
Now, is this something you would be willing to let other ambassadors come in and see how the process, how you're doing it, so they could get an idea of how to do it. I mean, they could also join in and help pump people up, you know.
Yes, absolutely. This event is not just for my downline.
Okay.
I want everyone who wants to do one of these to join. You know, if you already have a few people who are wanting to get some more information on the products and you want to invite them, you know, invite them. I would love to have them. Just make sure that you do the personal message, because they're not going to come if you don't do a personal message with a link.
Right. Personal message is key. Very key. So yes, so those of you who are asking if you can be in her event, the answer is yes. We will either post that event in the Sassy group and the Rockin' group, or you can send Kari a private message through Facebook, and she can also give you the information that way as well. If you're finding her on Facebook, it's Kari Mayfield Johnson. Her name was in where I tagged her in the post for this call. So you should be able to just click on her name and friend her and then send her a personal message to get hooked up with that. And you are awesome, Kari, for doing that. The next question is, if you gave away a shirt, can you ask the winner after the event and ship it to them? Absolutely. I think that's a great idea. They could win the shirt. You could give them a couple of options, ask them what size, and then send it to them. I think that's a great idea. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Let's see. I answered that one. Answered that one. Okay. Let's see. We had somebody ask the question, why ambassadors only receive a 5-day money back guarantee, and why they don't receive the same day 60 guarantee. Since this call isn't relating exactly to that, what I'm going to tell you to do is either send me a message or send a message to your sponsor, and I would be happy to discuss that with you. Just send me a personal message, Shannon McCumber, or get with your sponsor and I can help you with that. Hold on just a second. Let me, Sarah, you can send Kari a message and ask her. Let's see. She wants a hat. I told her she had to ask you.
Oh, yeah. They're not open to the public yet. I don't need anything else on my plate. I'm sure Exy has
right. Exactly. She's working her business. Don't be telling her to get you stuff. She's working her business.
When I reach Emerald, I'll make you one.
There you go. And that'll be this fall. So, okay. Let's see. Would this work? Hold on. There's lots of questions coming. Would this work as a Zoom meeting event as opposed to Facebook so they can see the enthusiasm?
No.
I think there'd be a different type of, I think if you did it as a Zoom meeting, it would have to be shorter for sure. Because I think carrying that much excitement for 2 hours could be tough. But I mean, I think it's something you could definitely tackle. I'm not saying you couldn't do it, but I think it would be harder to do, especially with getting all your posts lined up, ready to go, making sure all your leaders are involved. Being on a live call, you would have a lot more people, a lot more parts to fit together. You would actually have to break down the times. Okay, from 5:05 to 5:10, you need to be online and prepared, set up, ready to go. That's my personal opinion. I can see where there could be some pitfalls to doing a Zoom if you're going to do it for that long. Now, if you were going to do like a, maybe like a, an online hot set, like we're going to be online for a hot minute. Basically, we're going to do it for an hour or 30 minutes. We're going to do giveaways. We're going to do product info and just do it really quick in 30 minutes. That would be something fun to do. Good question, Tina. Good question. Okay, moving on. I'm trying to get through these fast. It's already 8:50. Cherie's asking about what brand is everyone using to substitute the P96? Since we're not talking about that on this call, Cherie, ask Kari after the call. Actually, Holly Stringfellow has a very good product that you can use. So send her a message or ask in your ambassador group, Holly's ambassador group. They can tell you right there. Okay, on average, how many people do you invite to the meeting? How many total people did you invite? Do you have a number?
Okay, so for my 8 ambassadors that I reached to have at the event, I asked them all to at least invite 3 to 4 people at the least.
Okay, so if you
Normally,
have 8 ambassadors and they're inviting 4 people, basically you got 30 to 40 people on the event.
right. If it's too overwhelming and there's 100 people all asking questions and all commenting, it can be really overwhelming for the 8 people who are helping me out.
So you do want to keep it a little bit controlled. If you could keep your meeting to say 50 people invited, because basically if you invite 50 people, probably 25 of those people will show up and keep it going and consistent. So that makes sense. The next question is from Jana Garcia. She wants to know why we're so awesome.
I'm not sure she was on the call.
Isn't that obvious why we're so awesome? We love you, Jana. We love you. You're a great leader. Kari's blowing you kisses. This is not a question from Lou, but she says she loves watching you girls work together on the event, which is definitely one Plexus, is seeing your people work together. That is what we're all about, and how we, I know Jana does it and I know I do it. That's what I push on my team, is one Plexus. Whatever we do, whatever we create, we are all about sharing it with people outside our team, our downlines, our sidelines. Whatever we do, it's open to everybody else. We're free game. Let's see. Okay. Let's see. Let me keep. Everybody's loving your hat. So, all right. I think that is all of the questions. So, anyways, Kari, I want to thank you so much for coming on the call and sharing with us. I think it was very informative. I know I learned a lot, and I'm going to have to plan my own event now. So, that just pushes me to step out of my own comfort zone and do one of those myself. So, thanks for that.
No problem. I'll co-host with you.
And I just want to say, Kari, you did a fantastic job on your first training call with me. You did great. So Kari will be on more calls coming up. I am certain of it, doing more things with us. She's, like I said, she's really growing and taking off, and she has lots of great ideas. She's also part of that millennial crowd, that Plexus is talking a lot about right now, the millennial. And when I say millennial, that means people in their 20s, early 20s, mid-20s, really rocking out the business right now, because they think of things a lot differently than I think of being in my early 40s,
Yeah, we have a different perspective on things.
Right. But that's true. It's great to get a different perspective. And I said that on the last call, that you should never judge a book by its cover, because I really believe that every single person has something to offer. And it really just relies on us sitting back and listening to what people had to say and putting that into action. So anyways, everybody give Kari a big round of applause from your seat. Reach out to her on Facebook. Tell her what a great job she did, because she really rocked it out, taking the time to share with us this evening. To all of you who are on the call, we are so glad you took the time to be on this call. This does nothing but help you build your business and grow yourself mentally for the Plexus business. So anyways, we will be here again next week, Monday at 8 p.m. And I don't know exactly what the call is going to be about, but I'm sure it's going to be fabulous. So anyways, you guys all have a great night, and I am so excited that you were all on the call with us. We will talk to you all later. Bye-bye. Thanks for coming by.